Sonic the Hedgehog is finally here, and calling it peak cinema feels like an understatement. The movie delivers incredible moments, shocking post-credit scenes, and emotional punches that will leave fans tearing up. And once again, Jim Carrey's Eggman? He steals the show. But what does that ending mean? And are Shadow and Robotnik really dead? Let's break it all down. I'm kind of a slurp, and enough talk. Let's get into this. Okay, let's set the stage. In the final act, Gerald Robotnik reveals his ultimate plan to wipe out humanity, including himself and Eggman. Yeah, Gerald went full Thanos here. And Eggman? Well, he's not really having it. He's like, dude, why don't we just rule over them? Do we really have to kill everyone, including ourselves? So what does Eggman do? He turns on his granddaddy-o, and the two have an absolutely hilarious fight scene. This is just peak Jim Carrey, people. For a moment, it looks like Eggman is heading for a similar fate as he did in Sonic 2, falling to his death, but not this time around. Eggman takes out Gerald himself, and here's where things get interesting. Eggman decides, if I can't rule the world, maybe I should save it. In an absolutely brilliant scene, he broadcasts his heroics to the world, and most importantly, Agent Stone. It's emotional, it's dramatic, and Eggman delivers a final monologue packed with callbacks to the last two movies, and then he steers the super weapon spaceship away, sacrificing himself to save everyone. Team Sonic, they call it a sacrifice, a moment of redemption. But here's where we ask the big question. Is Eggman truly gone? And at one point, we didn't even think Jim Carrey would be returning for Sonic 3. Remember when he said he was retiring during the Sonic 2 press tour?
Well, I'm retiring, but
no.
Yeah, probably.
For a while, it seemed like he really was. Thankfully, this wasn't the case, and Carrey came back, and let's be honest, Sonic 3 wouldn't have been the same without him. But here's the thing, coming out of retirement once is one thing, doing it again, that's a whole other ballgame. So that's why I kind of thought this would be Eggman's swan song in Sonic 3. But hold on, Jim Carrey's recent comments tell a different story. On the press tour for Sonic 3, he clarified his retirement, calling it more like power resting. He said he's even open to returning for a Mask sequel and Grinch 2. So yeah, Carrey's not out of the game yet, and honestly, he seems to love these Sonic movies, so I don't see why he wouldn't come back for Sonic 4. But why does Sonic 3 make it look like Eggman is gone? And how comes he gets a redemption arc? Is this meant to be a send-off? No, I'm not buying it. Eggman saving the world, that's just self-preservation. He doesn't suddenly become the good guy, he's still Eggman. And honestly, this just mirrors the games perfectly. Eggman has saved the day before, but just because it suits his plans.
There still may be some time left. If we pull together, we might be able to get to the shortcut that leads to the core.
No worries, just leave it to me. I'm the world's fastest hedgehog.
Hey, let's get to work!
Here is the genius part. The filmmakers leave Eggman's fate very vague. We know Shadow survives thanks to that cheeky post-credit scene, but Eggman, his future is up in the air. If Carrey doesn't want to return, easy, Shadow survives because he's stronger. If Carrey does come back, then boom, he can pop up alongside Shadow wherever they ended up. It's the perfect setup for whatever happens next. And hey, speaking of that, did you know we have a full breakdown of that Shadow post-credit scene? Yes, we're diving into what happens next for both Shadow and Robotnik and what it could mean for the upcoming spin-off movie. But before you check that out, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Eggman is really dead? Will Jim Carrey come back for Sonic 4? And where do you see Shadow's story going next? Drop all those theories in the comments, I'm reading them all. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for all of our Sonic 3 coverage. I'm kind of a slurp, and hey, why don't you check out that clip from that Shadow video I mentioned before. Now for my big theory, and look, I might have gone full Looney Tunes here, but hear me out. You know that robot army that Gerald sends after Super Sonic and Shadow in the finale battle? I'm pretty sure those are meant to be the E100 series bots. Shadow finds the bot in the wreckage, reprograms it, and boom, that's E123 Omega.